Hey, welcome to Learning with Lou. Today we're going to talk about converting mixed numbers into fractions greater than 1, or as some people call them, improper fractions. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't watched my other video, turning improper fractions into mixed numbers, an improper fraction, or a fraction greater than 1, is when you have a numerator that's a greater number than your denominator. So example, 8/5 is an improper fraction because it's really greater than 1 whole. This would be like saying 1 whole pizza is 5 out of 5 slices, plus another pizza that has 3 out of 5 slices. You have a total of 8/5, so it's more than 1 whole. Now, when it comes to rewriting mixed numbers as improper fractions, it's really just a few easy steps. The first thing you have to do is you take a look at your mixed numbers. So for example, we have 3 and 2/4. The first thing you want to do is multiply your denominator times the whole number. So our denominator is 4, our whole number is 3. We do 4 times 3, which gives us 12. And as you can see, I have it written down here, 4 times 3 is 12. And then you take your product that you just got from multiplying, and you add your numerator to it. So 4 times 3 was 12, plus 2, 12 plus 2 gives me 14. That becomes my new numerator. So I have 14, and then step 3, you just keep your original denominator, which was 4. We get 14/4. So 3 and 2/4 can be rewritten as 14/4. They're equivalent to each other. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to do one more just so you can kind of see it in real time, and then I'm going to have you try some practice problems on your own. So let's take a look here at 1 and 4/6. I'm going to do my denominator times my whole number. 6 times 1 gives me 6, and if it helps you, you can kind of just write it over on the top there, and then you can remember your product plus your numerator. So I have 6 times 1 is 6, 6 plus 4 is going to give me 10. And then the final step, you just keep your original denominator, which is 6, so you have 10/6. Go ahead and see if you could pause here and try these on your own. Then when you unpause, you could check your answers. Okay, so hopefully you're done giving those a try, and now you can check your answers and see how you did. I went ahead and I simplified my example here when I solved this and got 10/6. I forgot to mention simplifying, so that just means you divide your numerator and denominator by the greatest common factor. 10 divided by 2 is 5, 6 divided by 2 is 3, so 10/6 can be simplified to 5/3. 3 and 7/10, you do 10 times 3 is 30, 30 plus 7 is 37/10. 4 and 2/3, you do 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 gives you 14/3. For 5 and 6/8, you do 8 times 5 is 40, 40 plus 6 is 46/8, which can be simplified to 23/4. Then you have 2 and 3/8, which you do 8 times 2 gives you 16, 16 plus 3 gives you 19/8. And then the last one here, you have 6 and 2/5, so you do 5 times 6 is 30, 30 plus 2 gives you 32/5. So hopefully you got those answers correct. So rewriting mixed numbers as improper fractions is really not so bad. It's just 3 easy steps, and I kind of like to think of it as a cycle. I always tell my students, think about it like a cycle. Starting for your denominator, just multiply the bottom, add on top, and then you get your new numerator. The reason why I teach this to my students is because if you're adding or subtracting mixed numbers, for some students it's easier to turn them both into improper fractions, then do your addition or subtraction, and then just rewrite it again as a mixed number, and you'll get your answer. That way you could kind of avoid regrouping if that's something that you're really having a hard time with. That's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button as well, so you can see other math topics covered in the future. And as always, if you want these resources, either for your classroom, or even if you're a tutor, or even if you're homeschooling, you could access these from the link in my description, which brings you to my shop. You can download any of these different lesson math packets, and it'll be yours to keep. Thank you again for watching, and never stop learning.